Very good morning to you. Here is the news at 10. First, the highlights. President Tinubu, Deputy Governor Obafemi Hamzat enjoined Nigerians to sustain Ramadan lessons. NAFDAC alerts Nigerians orders recall of toxic cough syrup. On the foreign scene, United States vows support for Israel amid Iran attack fears. And in sport, Lionel Messi's Inter Miami crashes out of CONCACAF Champions Cup. Now the details. I am Dele Agadumo. President Bola Tinubu and Lagos State Deputy Governor Obafemi Hamzat have enjoined Nigerians to sustain and preserve the good virtues of love, empathy, harmony, endurance, and sacrifice shown during the period of Ramadan beyond the holy month. The duo stated this after observing the Eid al-Fitr prayers, noting that though Ramadan has come and gone, the good deeds done during the holy month should be sustained and preserved by all. The president noted that Nigerians should be kind and cheerful givers and love the country better than any other country. Also, the Lagos State Deputy Governor Obafemi Hamzat admonished Nigerians to continue the good deeds exhibited during the Ramadan fast beyond the holy month to continue to build the nation for the benefit of all. Hamzat said Muslims must show love and empathy to fellow Muslims, Christians, and unbelievers, adding that it is not for them to judge anyone as the prophets showed empathy to everyone. Lagos State government has stated that efforts towards restoring investors' confidence in the real estate sector, especially for those in the diaspora, are yielding positive results. The government maintained that issues of fake and dubious practitioners and other sharp practices in the sector are being frontally addressed by the present administration in the state in collaboration with relevant professional bodies in the industry. Special advisor to the state governor on housing, Barakat Odunuga Bakari, said LASRERA, the regulatory agency for the sector established by the state government, has been working hand in hand with the federal government's law enforcement agencies to combat fraudulent practices and arrest imposters in the sector. According to her, the establishment of the agency was aimed at restoring confidence, trust, and protecting the interests of both local and international investors in the state. She noted that since its establishment, LASRERA has taken significant steps towards promoting investment and development within the state's real estate sector. The Group Chief Executive Officer, Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Mele Kyari, has reiterated the role of natural gas in fueling economic growth and industrial development in Nigeria. Kyari, who was speaking in Abuja at the public presentation of a book, The Rise of Gas, From Gasoline to the Decade of Gas, highlighted gas global acceptance as a crucial energy source that sustains economic growth and drives industrial activities. Kyari, who was represented by Head of Relationship and Stakeholder Management at NNPCL, Oluwakemi Olumuyiwa, reiterated the significance of documenting Nigeria's gas sector. He said it is pertinent that Nigeria leverages the gas resource for sustainable development, energy security, and job creation, with Nigeria boasting substantial gas reserves exceeding 200 trillion cubic feet and the potential to reach 600. Minister of Works David Umahi says despite the skyrocketed costs of materials in the construction industry caused by the dynamics of commodity price inflation and supply chain disruptions, the President Bola Tinubu-led administration has remained unmatched in prudence, cost-effectiveness, speedy and quality delivery of road projects. Umahi said this during his inspection visit to the ongoing rehabilitation of Enugu-Port Harcourt dual carriageway section 4 Aba Port Harcourt. He noted that the administration of President Tinubu is committed to a diversified and sustainable economic future for Nigeria. Umahi added that the present administration is also doing aggressive infrastructure development that would provide access to trade, tourism, industrialization and safety, especially along the local economic corridors. Now to the rest of the stories. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has recalled Benylin pediatric syrup following recent toxicity findings in the laboratory on the product. NAFDAC says the laboratory analysis conducted on the product showed that it contained an unacceptable high level of diethylene glycol, which is toxic to humans when consumed and can prove fatal. The agency has also advised healthcare professionals and consumers to report any suspicion of substandard and falsified medicines, as well as any adverse effects or side effects related to the use of the medicinal product to the nearest NAFDAC office. It says the producers have been directed to initiate recall of the batch, adding that the notice will also be uploaded to the World Health Organization's Global Surveillance and Monitoring System. Kaduna State Governor Uba Sani has assured residents of the state that his administration, in collaboration with the federal government, is tackling insecurity and other challenges being faced by the citizens. This is as he enjoined citizens to learn the lessons of Ramadan for the peace and progress of the state. Sani made the call at the Emir of Zauzau's Palace, where he observed the Salah Durbar celebration shortly after the Eid prayer in Zaria. Also, the Emir of Zazzau, Ahmed Bamali, commended the Kaduna State government and security operatives for the efforts they put in place to ensure peace in the state. He also hailed the government's joint effort in rescuing the abducted Kuriga school children who were released last month. Now, to foreign news, President Joe Biden has promised Israel ironclad U.S. support amid fears that Tehran could launch reprisals for an attack that killed senior Iranians. Biden warned that Iran is threatening to launch a significant attack after Israel struck the Iranian consulate in Syria 10 days ago. It will be recalled Iran's leader said the Israeli attack in Damascus is equivalent to an attack on Iran itself. 13 people were killed in the April 1st attack on the Iranian consulate building, including senior Iranian military leaders. Israel has not claimed responsibility for the attack, but is widely considered to have been behind it. Now, sport. Mexican side Monterrey has sent Lionel Messi and Inter Miami crashing out of the CONCACAF Champions Cup after completing a 5-2 aggregate victory in their quarterfinal clash. Goals from Brandon Vazquez, German Bertram, and Jesus Gallardo sealed a deserved 3-1 win on the night for the Liga MX side, who advanced to a semi-final with Major League Soccer champions Columbus. Trailing 2-1 after last week's first leg in Florida, Inter Miami recalled Messi to their starting lineup for the first time since his near-month-long injury absence. Meanwhile, the presence of the 8-time Ballon d'Or winner was not enough to inspire Inter against Monterrey's side, who looked far sharper in all departments. Messi had Miami's best chance of the first half, but he shot over the bar from just inside the area on 25th minute. That ends our news at 10. Just before we go, your vehicle is not a strong room. Please keep your valuables off the view of miscreants. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X Traffic Radio 961, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website at trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sowolu administration organized a forum for women across the 57 local government and local council development areas in the state with a view to enhancing their productivity and economic growth? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news are the highlights of the major stories. President Bola Tinubu and Lagos State Deputy Governor Obafemi Hamzat have enjoined Nigerians to sustain and preserve the good virtues of love, empathy, harmony, endurance, a sacrifice shown during the month of Ramadan, beyond the holy month. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has recalled Benylin Pediatric Syrup following recent toxicity findings in the laboratory on the product. We also told you that President Joe Biden has promised Israel ironclad U.S. support amid fears that Iran could launch reprisals for an attack that killed senior Iranians. And in sport, Mexican side Monterrey has sent Lionel Messi and Inter Miami crashing out of the CONCACAF Champions Cup after completing a 5-2 aggregate victory in their quarterfinal clash. For contact of the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is news broadcast compiled by Zainab Adibeshi. I am Dele Agadumo. Good morning. Thank you for listening.